Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and another podcast episode. I'm yet again with my dad. What's up, Dad?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm excited to be back here.
Good to be back. So in this episode, we'll be talking about what a balanced life is. Like what is a life of balance in this current age? And because I'm only 22, I'm getting older, and I feel like a life of balance would be an ideal or perfect life. And about a balanced life, my dad has been talking about something called the 5 Fs. So Dad, can you tell me what a balanced life is and what the 5 Fs even are?
Yes, that's a good question. I'll talk about the 5 Fs, but just want to touch on the balanced life.
Yeah.
I mean, why is it important to have a balanced life? Because if you don't have a balanced life, you could be focusing a lot on the career and missing out on the family, or you could be focusing a lot on the family and missing out on your health, or you could be focusing on health but missing out on something else.
Yeah.
So it's important that to have a really fulfilling life that gives you everything that you want,
Yeah.
or a life that actually feels satisfied. So when you mature, as you're going through the life after 10, 20, 30 years, and you can look back and say, all right, I'm happy with what I achieved. And you don't have that hollow feeling, oh, I should have done this, or I should have done that, or oh, I missed out on that.
Okay.
And when I talk to the people, a lot of people complained about what they should have done. Maybe they should have spent more time with the kids when they were growing up, or they should have focused more about career, or they should have saved more so they don't have this problem, or they should have planned for the retirement. There are many different things that they are worried about.
Yeah.
But the problem is the time is gone. 10, 20, 30, 40 years of your working life is gone, and you might be in 50s and 60s thinking about these things, but unfortunately it's too late. I'm not saying it's 100% too late, but as the time is not on your side, so you have to fast forward a few things, or you have to take a different strategy. But here at 22, Dave,
Yeah.
if you can learn about a balanced life and start to consciously live a balanced life, I can guarantee that when you're 30 or 40, when you will look back, you'll feel happy, you'll feel satisfied, you feel as if you lived a life to its fullest. And that's important.
Wow, that was pretty nice of you actually. I feel like this knowledge will be not only good for me, but even the people younger than me, I'd say. Like I'm 22, 18 to 22, when you're just getting to adulthood and everything. I feel like what you're about to tell me will be really important.
That's right. And I it's not my own creation, but I learned it from somewhere.
Yep.
That there are five Fs which are important, right? And not in any particular order, but we'll talk about the order as well. So the first F is family. The second F is fitness. Third F is finance. Fourth F is faith. And fifth F is friends. So you got family, fitness, finance, faith, and friends.
Yeah.
These are the 5 aspects of life. It's almost like you're constantly juggling these 5 balls in life, right? And you have to make sure that you don't drop any ball, because if you drop a ball, it'll fall, it'll touch the ground. But you need to be making sure that you got all these 5 balls in the air.
Yeah.
And that's why people sometimes struggle, because they're focusing on their career, but their family is suffering. And it's important that these 5 Fs are balanced. You cannot let any one of them go. So let's just start with the first one. And I always think this is the important one, family.
Right.
Because without family, there's very little in life.
No.
You need family around you for support, for happiness,
Yeah.
to give a purpose to your life. What do you think?
I mean, I'd say family is something that no matter where you are in your life, is an important thing. It's like money doesn't play into this, material stuff doesn't play into it. Family is family no matter what. And I don't think you can get, and in this life, there's nothing closer to you than family. Even in like pets, for example, like pets become family and you become so close to them. And I don't think anything else, kind of even comes close to that. in my opinion at least.
That's right. I agree with you, because when you're going through the hard time, family comes to you. When you have success, you want to celebrate it with the family.
Yeah.
Family is foremost, one of the first thing in your life. The second one I think is important, very, very important, and probably at the same level as family, is your fitness, your health.
Yeah.
If you don't have good health, if you're not 100% healthy, or you're not in your good physical state, it doesn't matter, even families around you, you may not enjoy it that much.
That's true.
A headache will make you miserable in any condition. Doesn't matter whether it's a best of the best party you've gone to. But if you're having a headache or you're having some physical issue, you'll find that you cannot enjoy the life that much. So what do you think about the health or the fitness?
A good thing that comes to mind is like a rich man, right? He has all the money in the world, but he had like a terminally ill cancer. No amount of money he had could save that guy. And he was saying himself that I'll do anything, like take all my money, just find a way to save me and like not, come to the inevitable death. But the reality was that there was nothing they could do. And so if you don't have health, if you don't have fitness, if you don't look after your health, then you can't really enjoy the life in general.
In general. And I read Steve Jobs, some of his letter, or the last things he wrote when he was on the deathbed, unfortunately.
Right.
And he kind of thought about his life and what he has achieved and where he is, and then he's written few lines of wisdom. I think everyone should probably try and read those lines of wisdom. This is coming from Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, who's probably one of the richest men.
Big man.
And at the last hours of his life, or last few days of his life, he's written something that is kind of summarizes what his life is and what he should or should not have done. Very important.
Wow.
So the fitness is a key thing, very important, and we take it for granted, but you just ask someone who is having some physical issue, or as you said, maybe terminal disease, and then ask them about the importance of health and listen to that carefully, because they are going through it. We sometimes don't understand the importance of something till we lose it.
Facts.
So it's important that we understand now, and that's why the second F is important.
Right.
Let's talk about the third F now, which is the finance.
Yes.
And I know we talked about money in this channel as well before.
Yeah, the last episode. Check that out if you haven't.
So the money is important. The finance is important, because you may have health, you have family, but if you can't look after them, you don't have enough money to look after your health or your family, you can't give them the security. That can cause you a lot of stress. It can cause you the problem or anxiety and other things that can again lead to issues with the family, or it can lead to issues with your health.
Yeah.
So finance is important.
I mean, without money, money is the tool, right?
Correct.
Money is the tool to be able to do stuff in this life. Like before we talked about in the last episode, it doesn't buy happiness, but it doesn't deny the fact that it's a tool to attain happiness, to attain freedom, to attain time in a way, to be with your family, or to help with your fitness. In this world we live in right now, in this current day and age, finance, you just need it.
I agree. You need the money.
Yeah.
How much money you need is a different thing. And I think we talked about that in your previous episode. But you need the money. You need that security of the money, that if there's something happens in life, you have enough money so that you can get through those difficult situations. So you always need the money. The finance is very, very important. And again, finance, the method of achieving the money obviously can be different for different people, depending on your career or what you like. And we can have another episode just on this aspect as to what is your passion and how do you use your passion to generate money.
Yeah.
But overall, finance is another important F.
The third F.
The third one. That brings us to the fourth F, which is faith. So when I say faith, it is your spiritual journey that is important. I'm not saying you have to be religious. If you're religious, that's fine. But more importantly, faith is something that actually shows you. It's like a GPS. It gives you a direction of how to live life in a proper way. What is right? What is wrong? So it's a spiritual journey, a path, and that can come from reading good book, or it can come from a guru, or it can come from your own meditation or self-enlightenment. But a faith, you need to have faith, because you can have money, you can have friends in your family, but to get that inner happiness, to get that real joy, you need to have faith. What's
Right.
your thought on that?
Yeah, I'd say faith in terms of spirituality is definitely a key aspect in our life, which I think a lot of people actually don't think as highly of. I'd say in the first world countries at least, compared to third world countries where you can see that they're more happier and stuff, for example, like we said in our previous episode. I'd say because they're at least more spiritually aware of themselves. And I think, I mean, from my experience at least, just thinking back right now, when I started my journey of spirituality, well before I started my self-improvement journey. In fact, that might have been the starting of my self-improvement journey without me even realizing. But spirituality actually does help in our life. And I'd say it's worthy enough, highly worthy enough to being in one of the 5 Fs.
I agree.
Yeah.
And this is, it's almost like it self-awareness journey. You become more and more self-awareness. You become self-aware about yourself, what you're thinking, what you're doing, what you're talking.
Yeah.
And this faith actually makes you self-aware about everything, about yourself, your environment, your behavior, your surrounding, you, everything else.
Yeah.
And that becomes your guiding principle in life for what you should be doing, what is right, what is wrong, what you should be focusing on. And it is a journey. It's not something that you can just go to temple or church or mosque and pray and that's the end of it. No. It takes time, and it just like with anything else, it's a constant practice.
Yes.
And people do it by various things, by reading books, listening to audio tapes, by meditation, by meeting the right-minded people. But faith is a critical component of the 5 Fs.
Yeah.
So we covered 4 Fs now.
The last one.
The last one. The last one is friends. And friends are important in life. The friends are the one element of your life that actually keeps you young. It gives you that another dimension to your life of happiness, of being together. And I think it's very hard to describe what a good friendship is. But you know that if you have even one good friend, the life actually gets a different meaning.
It's like you can share all your successes with your family, and that's a beautiful thing. But also sharing them with your friends, that's a whole different feeling as well. You'd love to have that option. And in the sense that there's stuff that you can talk to your family about, which is fine. And there's also stuff which you just talk to your friends about. And just having that pathway, or having someone or people you can trust, who believe in you, who want the best for you. I don't think you can live a life without that.
Absolutely not. And when you are in the friendship, it doesn't matter how stressed you are or how you're feeling. The moment you're in company of your good friends, suddenly all your problems, everything just evaporates. You feel as if you're just lifted, you know. Your whole mood, everything gets lifted.
You don't need to. You can be anywhere you want, pretty much. You don't need to have any of the money. If
No.
it's just their company,
Their company.
it's like that's honestly the best thing. Like the best moments I have with my friends, I just at people's houses. We're just talking, having a good time, laughing. The simplest of things are the most core memories in my brain. I'm sure with most friendships as well. You don't need anything grand or anything to have fun. Just their company is more than enough. Right?
And just their company is the most important thing in life, because you can meet a friend after a long time, and when you meet it suddenly, it doesn't matter, years have passed. Ideally, you should spend time to make sure that you're meeting your friends and you keeping in contact with them.
Yeah.
That's why that 1 F is important, because if you've got everything else, you don't have the friends, you're certainly missing out something major in your life.
I believe so.
So one F is you constantly take out the time and the effort, energy to keep those relations going, and however busy you are, you still need to take out time for your friends.
And that completes the 5 F's.
That completes the 5 F's.
So family.
Yep.
Let me go through them. Family.
Fitness.
Family, fitness, finance, faith, and friends.
So
family,
fitness, finance,
faith, and friends.
Right. So they're not necessarily in this priority order, right?
Okay.
At different time of life,
Yeah.
the priorities can change.
Right.
Because if you, when you get married, you got kids and family. At that point in time, you might find your family is the right, top most important part.
Yeah.
But when you're single, you might be just spending more time with your friends.
Yeah.
Or you might be focusing more time on finance, just working long hours and doing everything.
Getting your money up.
But it doesn't matter whatever stage you are, your fitness should never be compromised, because that's one thing which is very, very hard to recover.
Yeah. Like you said, once you don't have it,
Yes.
then you do anything to get it back. And you can only get good fitness by working on it slowly, pretty much every day, right?
Yes.
It doesn't come just like that.
It doesn't come. So when I talked about this juggling 5 balls in the air, the interesting thing is all these balls are not made of rubber. A couple of balls here are made of glass. So if you drop a ball, if it's a rubber ball, it will come back and you can grab it again.
Yeah.
So your work ball or your finance ball is actually a rubber ball.
Right.
If you drop something, you lose some money, it doesn't matter, you work hard to come back.
Right.
But it doesn't apply with your health. So the health ball is like a glass ball.
Mm.
If you drop it, it may get cracked.
Yeah.
It'll get broken, and it may not bounce back that easily.
Of course.
Same thing with the family. Sometimes if your family, you haven't spent time and your family breaks for whatever reason, it may not be able to recover it fully.
Yeah, if you neglect it, for example, for a good majority of your life, saying
Yes.
I don't need family, I just need money, I just need finance.
Yes.
Then you've dropped the ball and
You drop the ball and it's scratched. At least it's scratched forever.
Yeah, or like it has a few chips in it.
It's got few chips in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think these 5 F's are important, and I'm sure all of us have experienced it at some point in time. And it's important that whatever happened in the past is fine, but if you can actually sit down and write this on a piece of paper, a diary, and consciously make an effort and do some kind of self-analysis as to which bit you are not completely fulfilling at this point in time, and then make a conscious effort to balance these 5 F's, and just that will definitely lead you to a more fulfilling life.
Yeah, I think
believe
that's a good thing, because I forgot about the balancing part. I would just think of maximizing all the 5 F's, but in reality, we should be balancing them, right? Not prioritizing one like 80%, 5% or nothing.
No, and as I said, these F's can the priority you give and the amount of time you give to each F can vary from time to time.
Depending on this.
And that's why you need to constantly be aware as to where you are in life and what is important, but never ever leave one of the F's out. All 5 should always be there in the mix.
And then that's how you live a balanced life.
That's how you live a balanced life. If you live a balanced life, trust me, when you hit the pillow in the night, you will have a very good night's sleep. You'll feel happy, and you'll wake up in the morning with that satisfaction, the smile on your face.
Like we do.
Like we do.
Well, guys, I think that's a good place to end it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I think this episode was very informative. And if you listen to the advice that my dad gave, by following the 5 5s, by balancing them out, there is no doubt in my mind that it will make your life better and truly help you in your self-improvement journey. Dad, thanks again.
My pleasure. It's been a pleasure talking this to you, and I'm so excited that people who are listening to your channel are young, and they hopefully picking up some of this knowledge so early in life.
Yeah. Well, it's all up to you now, guys. You've given you the info, and it's if you applied or not, that's your choice. Thank you.